Okay.
Wait, how's my hair?
Looks good, looking good.
Yeah. Say that to all the boys.
Oh, very nice.
Do I have any bits between my teeth?
No, looks good.
Okay.
Okay, so it's Shelley Sweeney interviewing Jeff O'Brien at the Westin, Nova Scotia on July 11th, 2010. And I'm just going to start by asking you about your education and how you got into become an archivist.
I went to the University of Regina and did my undergraduate in history there. And I was looking forward to doing a master's in history. And I was in a class, and this girl showed me some documentation for a program at UBC called Archival Studies. And of course I had done a lot of research in archives during my honors, and the literature said our graduates get jobs, and I thought to myself, I like the idea of getting jobs. And I had a lot of fun doing my honors paper research in archives, which I discovered to be a lot like detective work. And I thought that could be pretty exciting stuff. And as it happens, that particular girl I was chasing, actually quite relentlessly at the time, and she was going to apply for this program, and I thought, well, you know, if we both got accepted and we ended up strangers alone together in Vancouver, you know, I mean, this is thinking ahead, right? You got to plan. That's what archivy is all about. Anyway, so she didn't get accepted, but I did. So then I went to UBC, and you know what? I did my 2 years at UBC, and I got out and I walked into a job. And it was just a short-term contract, but it was the best money I'd made in a while, and so it worked out for me.
What job was that?
That was working for Cheryl Avery at the U of S, doing a records management survey, an electronic records management survey.
Okay.
It was a little bit disastrous, actually, but I got a chance to work with Stan Hansen, which was truly an enlightening and wonderful experience.
I'm just gonna. You should be doing this because
Yes,
you know
sure,
you're.
but-
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking Jeff should be doing this.
Oh,
No.
do you want to move the sun down
There.
a little bit?
Okay, that's good.
Or is
No,
it
it actually works out okay.
All right.
All right, thanks. Okay, so then how did you become involved in the ACA?
Well, it was a big deal, you know, everybody, Luciana and Terry talked about ACA, and Luciana had really exciting stories about it, and it happens that I was in Regina, I was in Saskatchewan in '95 when it was in Regina, so it was a no-brainer to go to the conference, and I enjoyed the conference immensely, as I recall. So now I did go in '96. I've been a member ever since, but in terms of going to the conferences, I went in '95, and '98 came to Halifax, that was fun. '99 I got married, so going to the conference was out of the question. 2000, 2001, 2002 we had a baby. I knew if I went to the conference I'd probably come home to find that the locks had been changed, so. And then we had St. John's in 2006, and I went to my manager and I said, look, I haven't been to ACA, I haven't spent that pot of money in several years now, and I really want to go to Newfoundland. And she said, go. And the Newfoundland conference was great. Oh, no, sorry, 2005 Saskatoon, how could I forget? The best ACA conference in 35 years. I just find that these conferences are an amazing time. There's interesting things happening, and there's really cool people. And so I look forward to the conferences every year because I get a chance to reconnect with all these people, see the new ones coming in, and there's people that come to these that I admire, and I like to, you know, hang around with them because some of that rubs off.
So, what are some of the key people who've influenced you as a professional?
Well, Shelley, you. I worked for Shelley as an internship in the summer of '94, and she was very patient. It was good. I knew when I was working for you that I had made a good decision. Yeah, it was a fun job. So you have been a good one. Stan Hansen, I felt strongly as a mentor. I miss Stan. There are lots of times in Saskatchewan when I think this wouldn't be a problem if Stan was here. Stan would fix this, he would know what to do, blah, blah, blah. So when we lost Stan, we lost a pillar of the community. Terry Cook, I like his wisdom. Jim Barant. Now maybe that's an unlikely one, but I love Jim's sense of humor, his joie de vivre, and he is a great speaker. Last night, Jim and I walked back from the pub, and he was lecturing me on the buildings and on art because he'd done a lot of work here in Halifax in the mid-70s, and I was truly entertained. Cheryl Avery, a quiet one, but still waters run very deep, and I kind of miss the fact that Cheryl doesn't do this element of it anymore. We don't see her at the conferences. Tim, of course, another clever and wise fellow. I listen to Tim when he talks because he usually speaks very well. I could go on. Tom Nesmith, Terry Eastwood. I walked up to Terry one day. I looked at where I am because I work for the City of Saskatoon, which is a great employer. I met my wife through Saskatoon. I have a beautiful son. When you're young, you have dreams. You say, when I grow up, I want to do this and this and this. Well, what I wanted to do when I grew up was to get a good, challenging job, to live in a nice house, to marry a pretty girl, and to have a child whom I adored. And I got all those things. So at the tender age of 35, which I am now, 48, but at my young age, I have met a great many of the dreams that I had. I still would like to be a fireman, but only for a little while. All these dreams have come true for me, and really why they've come true is because I went to the UBC program, I was successful at it, and I walked out and I walked into a job that I can stay at. And so I ran into Terry at a conference, and I basically said, thank you. You, Luciana, you changed my life. Because of you, I am where I am, and thank you. And I might have been a little bit blubbery at the time. I was sober, so I didn't actually cry. But I feel quite strongly about that. So
how would you say that the ACA has changed in the 15 years since you started as a member, or has it changed?
Oh, it's way younger. There are people here, I keep looking at them, I say, does your mother know you're out on a school day? Can't be me getting older, can it? You know what, I don't know, because so much of this is subjective. When I first came, there were all these old, wise people, and I always felt very uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but new. And now I look around and I see people that I've met again and again and again, and then I see younger people and I go, the cycle has come around, and I'm here, and I'm not the new kid walking around being a little bit shy. So, but I can't say really about the organization. Administratively, I think the ACA is in a good spot. Duncan Grant is a fine find, and we should keep him.
Mm-hmm. Now, so then how would you say that the profession has been changed, either from your perspective or just generally, by technology?
Well, we talk a lot more about Twitter than we used to. That may be something too. It seems like this conference especially, there's been a huge focus on social media, and electronic records are always in part of our discourse. I mean, they always have been, but it seems like now that's almost the default.
And you've done a lot of photography of the games, the baseball games.
Yes.
Oh, you've played a lot of baseball.
I have played in every baseball game that I've been at, and I don't know why, because I'm a terrible baseball player. But somehow I don't know. I run quickly. So that's a very good thing when you're, for a lot of reasons it's a good thing to be able to run quickly, but definitely playing baseball because it means you can hit poorly but still get on base.
So are there any ACA incidents that you'd like to tell us about? That you can tell us about?
Is my wife listening? No. Let me think. Well, it's... Oh God. No, isn't that funny? Nothing's sort of leaping into my head. Well, let me think. The President's Party after the dance is a relatively new tradition. I like to think that we in Saskatchewan instituted that in 2005 when we went into Mark Lerman's room. Mark was the president then, anyway, and the party was still going at 3 o'clock when my wife and I left. But the next year at St. John's, we learned that the Newfoundlanders are truly a crazy bunch, and the President's Party went till 6 in the morning, and then certain people went and climbed Signal Hill, right after the party at about 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning, when some of the others of us went back to our hotel room and went to sleep. Although at that particular ACA, I also climbed Signal Hill, brutally hungover, on 3 hours sleep, courtesy Brian Bevan, who said, "Oh, come on, you wimp." So I said, "We could drive up." He said, "No, we can't." So I stumbled up Signal Hill behind Brian Bevan, and it turned out to be the best way to do it. If we had driven it up, it would have just been a windy place with a tower on top. As it was a challenge and an exciting walk. So, 2006, Newfoundland, that was a pretty good ACA, all right. Can't think of anything else specifically. Nothing's leaping in my head anyway, sorry.
No. So is there anything else about the ACA that you'd like to say?
No, it's a fine bunch of people. We should do
Okay.
this more often.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.